Good morrow, nerds! This week on the LarpHouse, as promised, we are going to show you how to apply elf ears and make latex edges invisible. But first, some news. A cool new thing on Patreon just came out this month, an exclusive video tutorial for people pledging $5 or more on how to make fake snake or dragon skin. And bonus, it's waterproof, so you're welcome. Also, it was very, very cheap. So that's always a bonus. And remember, the more goals we meet, the closer we are to being able to come and pimp your LARP and your character, which means custom props, costumes, makeup, set pieces. You just have to pledge $2 a month to be eligible. Next bit of news, the deadline for your submission for in-character interviews for our Meet the Characters Global Edition video has passed, unfortunately. But you are welcome to submit late interviews. The submission guidelines and interview questions will, as usual, be in the description of the video and in a post pinned to the top of our Facebook page. We just cannot guarantee that we will get to it because we want to have this video to share with you guys by Christmas. But fear not, fair nerds, for if you do not make it into this video, we have plenty more interviews planned in the future, so we got you. You're good. And the last bit of news for today. This month's Mermaid music installment is ready for all patrons to enjoy, but if you stay tuned to the end of this video, you will see a preview of the song that I recorded with just my pipes, so enjoy. And if you want to see what the music is like before you subscribe $1 a month to hear it all the time, you can check out the very first installment of the Mermaid music, which is free. Finally, let's get right to it. Let us put some seamless prosthetics on our body. Alright, so here we've got our supply list. I have got muggle makeup for coloring the whole thing when it's done, paper plates, tongue depressors, Q-tips, alcohol in a spray bottle, Pros-Aide, ears, and our LarpHouse prosthetic blender. The full supply list will be in the description of this video. First thing you're going to do is put a little bit of Pros-Aide on the front and the back of the ear, just those two places. Then once you fit it on your ear, gonna put some glue underneath the edges there to sort of help it anchor down. And now we have the LarpHouse prosthetic blender. It is a Pros-Aide based cream with some colorant, blocking, and fun stuff. It's a paste. You just put a little bit more than you think you need and then smooth it out with a finger dipped in water. So that is what I'm using to hide the edges of these ears. You can get it at our Etsy store. And if you don't want to buy our prosthetic blender, you can use Pros-Aide cream as a substitute. And once it dries, you just cover it with some foundation that matches your skin, and don't forget to get it like all over the ear, touching up the edge, like spackling your face. It's pretty cool, but it dissolves into the skin really nicely. Just making sure to get the foundation all over so I don't have patchy ears. And then powder the crap out of it. And now I'm adding some kind of like a darker eyeshadow color where natural shadows would be, and then a little bit of red on the tips of the ear. And I also add it towards on the earlobe and on the very inside. So I'm just doing the same thing to this side now. Powdering, putting that like warm darker color where there would be natural shadows, and then adding that in a second, adding that blush and trying to kind of give a little bit of my contour back. And there you have it, a seamless elf ear application. Now we are moving on to showing you how to use the blender for an actual prosthetic. So, do what you always do, put the prosthetic on, make the outline with powder, put one layer of Pros-Aide over the entire surface area and on the back of the prosthetic, and then another coat once the first one is dry. And once that coat gets tacky, let's press it on. Oh lord. Now I've made the unfortunate decision to put this on my neck. I don't know what possessed me to do that, but that was not great. It's of all the places that need to move while you just good lord. But you know, it's the same basic principle here. Put more than you need around the edges, and then use your finger dipped in water to blend it and dissolve it into the skin. I couldn't even see the back of it. Good gravy. I was gonna put it on my chest. I don't know why I didn't. Lord help me. But yeah, once it dries, powder it up. And then start coloring it. Now, because I've put this on my neck, another problem I run into is that my face foundation just does not work, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Just gonna go right ahead. Gonna give me a yellow neck. It's gonna be great. But you get the point. You can see that the edges are pretty well hidden. I'm just covering up, making it look grody. This mark, by the way, this prosthetic is a demonic marking. I believe the demon is Blizzden or something fun like that, but we sell it on our Etsy store as well, along with a bunch of other cool demonic marks. There you have it, nerds. You now know how to make seamless, pretty realistic prosthetics out of latex, which normally have like really thick edges, just like sticking a 2x4 on your face. Anyway, if you want a tip that I learned about recently to remove Pros-Aide and Pros-Aide based substances from your face or skin, I suggest coconut oil. Alternating coconut oil and alcohol helps remove the adhesive, and then the coconut oil rehydrates your skin and helps break down the bond between the adhesive and the skin, and it's just heals your soul a little bit, and you know, resist the urge to eat it. That's all we have for this week. Don't forget to check out our Patreon page for all the cool stuff we talked about earlier. And if you like the way these ears look, we do sell them in our Etsy store, as well as our prosthetic blender / PTM, magical peanut buttery substance. The links for all of this stuff are also in the description of this video. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a preview of this month's mermaid music song. And remember, we love you, we cherish you, and if you have any questions, comments, or emotional outbursts, please feel free to message us. We are on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. And as always, nerds, like us, subscribe to us.
Fight with us!
Someday over the rainbow, I'll stop procrastinating. Oh no, I'm not gonna drink that. Hold on.